So to begin, I'd like to introduce Nanea Reeves, CEO of TRIPP, the award-winning wellness platform, which uses the power of virtual reality to change the way you feel. Nanea has over 15 years of tech leadership experience and has helped to deliver over $1 billion in exits. In addition to running TRIPP, Nanea advises several startups and sits on the board of directors of Tapjoy, one of the top mobile advertising networks. Prior to co-founding TRIPP, Nanea held senior leadership roles at Electronic Arts, Text Plus, Machinima, which was acquired by Warner Bros., Jamdat Mobile, acquired by EA. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Welcome, Nanea.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. All right, let me share my screen and then I will go into presenter mode. Hold on one second. And of course, I have to give the working from home disclaimer. My chief security officer, who is a 7-pound Chihuahua, could go off at any moment. And that's just the way that it goes around here. Great. So my name is Nanea. It's a Hawaiian name. And I am CEO of TRIPP. And TRIPP is a digital therapeutic platform that powers mental health and wellness experiences. So I'm going to walk you through our presentation here. Let me just go to the next screen. We specialize in creating immersive experiences that change the way you feel. Based on scientific research, we use targeted sound and visuals, gameplay mechanics, and focused interactions that are all designed to produce a specific outcome. I'll talk a little bit about how our tech stack works, and then, of course, open it up for any questions when the time comes for Q&A. The business areas for our company all build upon each other. We have a consumer service with over 34,000 paying users. TRIPP's also being used in several clinical trials, and I'll talk a little bit about our research footprint. And now we're using our platform to help drive the digital therapeutic initiatives of our corporate and clinical partners. Our hardened offering is perfectly timed, we believe, for the market now to hit a home run. The category of digital therapeutics has achieved major milestones with 4 apps achieving FDA clearance and several more in the approval funnel, especially around XR related products. And the stigma around addressing mental health issues is also lifting, and the average person who doesn't even have a mental health diagnosis is actively seeking solutions to manage their emotional and mental well-being. And devices are evolving as well, and our ability to start to measure efficacy of mental health treatments are also evolving. We are already recognized as a leader in the XR wellness space. We do have one of the largest audiences with over 1.2 million sessions generated just on the Oculus platform. And as mentioned, our addressable audience is also growing. We just recently launched partial launch on PlayStation in December, and we are expanding our PlayStation footprint over the next few weeks. So one of the ways we like to think of TRIPP for the consumer is more like a Netflix type of catalog for transformative content that's contemplative in nature and slightly psychedelic, if you think about our name, TRIPP. We also create a lot of our content in-house, but we've also begun to acquire and license and distribute content from creators as well, who are excited about the space, but they may only have 1 or 2 products that might not warrant going into market as a full application. We definitely have a channel for creators, not only going into consumer homes, but also into very exciting research initiatives and some of the corporate deployments that we've done since our inception. We started our company in 2017, in the 3rd quarter of 2017. So it was important for us when we designed our platform to figure out how do we measure the impact of what we're doing. We worked very closely with psychiatric and neuroscience advisors at the onset of our design phases, and we began to incorporate data collection right in our experience. With every session, we ask you how you feel, and then we use that data to calculate a score for the session. We can also begin to incorporate physiological data, whether it comes from wearables or even passively from the devices themselves as they start to ship in the very near future with integrated biosensors like gaskets that can capture heart rate and breath, or eye trackers where we can capture pupil changes in the eyes. Keep in mind that on these self-reported interfaces, you can get a very rich data set. Most therapists in the mental health industry, however, collect this data once or twice a month, weekly at best. And the fact that we're collecting sentiment with every session has already made our data very valuable. We've most recently closed a really interesting deal with a healthcare provider with anonymized aggregated data feeds of mood sentiment. So if you look at I took our starting mood on the right and I mapped it to different world events, completely selected through my confirmation bias. So you can tell by the graph where my political leanings are. But it was really interesting to kind of look at how that data, was expressed across our user base, how they were feeling about certain events. And what's interesting is I can also take this data, I generated that view in Tableau, and I can slice it by age, gender, location, and look at the variances. And one of the more interesting views that we have of our data is people telling us how they feel by time of day. We start to see some patterns, and very interesting when you start to narrow into different cohorts as well. The data really powers our entire platform. Our experiences are generated procedurally. We change the content that users see nightly. And this is one of the reasons we believe this is why we see a lot of engagement. One of our largest cohorts outside of new users monthly is a category of users that we classify as having used our product for 4 months or longer. In virtual reality, repeat usage is still, I think, there's much to be desired there. A lot of people go, wow, that was really cool, but do they want to do the experience over and over again? And that's something we've tried to work hard on and have been evolving over time. We have some data in the back end that is architected so it can be powered by machine learning. Right now, we just look at patterns and are analyzing different trends so that we can optimize our content creation. But eventually, we are going to build out a machine learning stack that will take that data and start to generate the experiences through a recommendation engine. And I don't believe I've seen a lot of people approach content creation in VR quite the way that we're doing it. We're platform agnostic. As I mentioned, we're live on all of the Oculus devices, including the Quest and PlayStation. We are now starting development on our first AR version of our product that we're working on the Unreal glasses now, and we will be moving to mobile AR shortly. Research has been a key focus area for us during the past year. We've several clinical studies that are very active. Early data in the category of substance use disorder are incredibly promising. There was a direct impact on our ability to reduce cravings that was tied to usage of our product and frequency of usage within the first 28 days of treatment. So we were very encouraged by that. And then we're scaling out more into the area of addiction recovery through an SBIR grant from the NIH that we are doing in collaboration with SoberGrid. We have studies in improving mental health in cancer patients and anxiety and stress reduction in the workplace, and also very interesting study with the New York Office of Mental Health on reducing anxiety and aggressive behavior in the severely mentally ill. At minimum, we see our study results as being fuel for our consumer marketing, but also we see it as foundational data for driving a great deal of business development on the digital therapeutic front. And so the next phase of our company is to build out a team that will work with our partners to develop, you'll see 2 to 3 digital therapeutic solutions in development based on our research over the next 18 to 24 months. We're already working with 2 partners on that. That's the foundation for the data analysis so that we can start to understand different adherence models that will support more therapeutic offerings. But it's all built upon our consumer business. And then we can create or co-create with our partners wellness and even clinical offerings downstream. Our team is very well versed and experienced in delivering digital solutions across multiple platforms. Elizabeth, gave a very nice intro of my background. Really at minimum, I love video games as well. And, I have a deep meditation practice, and that's really what led me to think of this crazy idea to bring that all together in VR. I had the good fortune of being a very early stage small investor in Oculus because I worked with a lot of the founding team members at a cloud gaming company. Our CTO has worked with me a long time, and we have a great business development person. You'll see him out and about on the VR AR campus, Mani Srinivasan. He's been an incredible team player. And then we have wonderful creatives. We work with Justin Beretta from the Glitch Mob, did all of our soundscapes, and we're starting to get a lot of inbound interest from artists and visual artists and sound designers to come and help us craft these experiences. I think really what's most meaningful for us as a team is that we really are motivated by trying to use technology for good. This mission really has kept us going as a team. When we get user feedback, especially during this time of quarantine, where people are communicating that our product is helping them tremendously, it means so much to us and also all of the entities supporting our company. If you are interested in creating content for TRIPP or learning more about our company and want to work with us, please reach out to me. I'm at Nanea on Twitter, and my email is here, nanea@trippinc.com. I'd love to hear from you, so thank you so much.